Hello and welcome back down to Bray Beach. I'm Ger FitzSimons from Garden County Radio. I'm here standing in front of a classic car, but more, I'm standing beside a legend of Bray, a young man by the name of Derek Hayes. I've known Derek a long time in Bray. Derek has been an enthusiast in cars for years. I've always seen him starting with Ford Anglias, I think he started with.
Actually.
Derek, would you like to tell me about this beautiful car and the whole history?
Well, this one it's an Irish built car, built in Cork, back in 1950. It's a Ford V8, it's a Ford Flathead V8. They would have been quite famous in their day because if you remember, a lot of the old rock and roll movies had the hot rod Fords, but the Flathead V8 was very fast for its day. There's one of them in this, it's one of the last of the line of them. In 1952 to 53 they finished them. In Ireland they kept them going for another maybe up to 53 to 54. They put Canadian Flathead V8s in them, They were quite fast, very wouldn't have been that efficient on fuel, but neither were a lot of the engines back then, Okay. But this one, as I said, this one actually was done by a friend of mine, but I have another two, which is a 1949 one and a 1951, and they were made from 49 up until 51. The history of the actual marque itself would have been Henry Ford II took over the Ford Motor Company pretty much around 1943 to 1944. Henry Ford I wasn't well at that stage, so he would have been behind that. And they say that was the car that more or less saved Ford because they were in a lot of trouble up until then. They contributed to the World War II effort with all the tanks and the Jeeps and that. They would have produced a lot of that stuff, but they were in trouble then with GM and that. So he had this particular marque, which was I think it was the X2900, which was down to the pounds that the car weighed, So that's what. Anyway, that's maybe I'm getting a bit anoracky about it. But anyway, that's pretty much. And then they sold 1.5 million of them in the first year. So then that's what more or less brought them back from the brink of bankruptcy back then. So that's it. There were a lot of them in this country in the 50s. They were used as taxis. They were used as taxis, and even some of the police, the Garda used them at one stage, but they disappeared fairly quickly in the 60s and 70s, probably down to their efficiency as regards their fuel, and fuel was starting to become more, expensive in the country.
And as a matter of interest, what would they do to the gallon?
That one will do about 20-21 to the gallon.
It's not so bad.
It's not too bad. Not too bad. Well, a 3.5 litre engine in it, I suppose, is going to do that.
A pretty powerful car.
It's a fairly powerful car. Even by its standards of the day, it's very powerful. As I said to you, the 32s up until 1953 is when they built that particular engine, Okay. So, yeah, it was...
and of course, you're handy as a mechanic yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, I've done one or two things over the years,
Excellent. Well, you've done an absolutely beautiful job, and I really wish you the best of luck.
Thanks very much.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What can I say? We're having a wonderful day down here with Garden County Radio. I'm enjoying the sun. It's just been fantastic, and the classic cars have just been brilliant. But Derek, thank you so much.
No, good talking to you again.
Soon. Thank you.
We'll dance to your music again somewhere around the way.
Thank you very much.
See you
then. Thank you. Bye.
We're out. Yeah, thanks. Thank you.